Zandile Khumalo.
Any objection taking the prescribed oath?
I didn't hear. Zandile who?
Khumalo.
Any objection taking the prescribed oath?
No.
Do you swear that the evidence are going to give the court is the truth, nothing but the truth? Please raise your right hand and say so.
So help me God.
Ms. Khumalo, we are thankful that you are here to testify. I just need to say to you that mic before you, it doesn't augment your volume. It doesn't increase your volume. It is there only for purposes of recording. There will therefore be a need that you speak in such a way that we can hear you. You are free to testify standing or seated or interchangeably. You are free to indicate if you get exhausted and you need a rest, or if there is anything you need to bring to our attention during the course of your testimony.
Please, my Lord. Ms. Khumalo, judgment has been handed down regarding the request that you conveyed to the state. Has the import of the judgment been explained to you?
Yes, wonke ama rights wami ngifundele wona, and ngakhetha ukuthi ngiqhubeke, and in the midst of everything, obviously appealing was one of them.
Okay.
But I chose not to.
All my rights have been written to me, or I was told about, and I decided to proceed. And also appealing was one of them, but I decided not to. Noma ke ukundlulisa ke isinqumo lesesenziwe bekuthi ke ngakwenza lokho kodwa ngathatha isinqumo sokuthi ngingakwenzi.
Ngoba bengifuna ukuthi icala liqhubeke singalokho sichitha isikhathi.
Because I wanted the matter to proceed and not for time to be wasted.
At the same time, nami ngimilana nje ngifuna ukuthi uSenzo athole justice.
At the same time, as I am standing here, I also want Senzo to get justice.
Thank you, Ms. Khumalo. What is your occupation?
I'm a singer.
Ngiyumculi ngokusebenza.
During the year October 2014, where were you resident?
Bengihlala Spruit View, which falls under Phosphorus.
I was residing in Spruit View, which falls under Phosphorus.
Yes, at which address?
13511 Kutlanong Street.
13511 Kutlanong Street.
Is there a name of a section?
Mzamo section.
Mzamo section.
And with whom were you staying at that address?
I stayed with my mother, Ntombi Khumalo.
Angihlala khona ke noma wami uNtombi Khumalo.
The deceased in this matter, Mr. Senzo Meyiwa, is he known to you?
Yes.
Yebo, umufi kulecala umuntu engimaziyo noma engangimazi.
uSenzo ngimaze ngokheli, uyena wathi mayiqala ezwana naye banobudlelwane naye, and then after ama dates, I think ayemabili mangikhumbula kahle, wayesethi hey khona umbhuti engihlangane naye kanje kanje.
All right. I got to know him through Kelly. She was the first one who got to know him, or who had a relationship with him. And then after about 2 dates, she then informed me that there is this gentleman that I am now seeing.
Naye wayesechaza futhi ukuthi uyena umlisa lo umaze ngomngani wakhe olusha Mthiyane.
She also informed me that she got to know, that is now Kelly, that she got to know this gentleman, referring to the deceased, through her friend Lucia Mthiyane.
Just a minute. Can you just explain to the court who's Kelly?
uKelly udadewethu omdala sibabili kuma.
She is my elder sister. We are two. My mother has got 2 children.
Now, can you further explain if you say your sister, Miss Kelly Khumalo, told you that she has met the deceased? What do you mean?
Mangichaza kabanzi kusho ukuthi sebedatile kambadlwana, and then she's interested in him as much as I think naye interested in her.
If I were to explain much deeper, in that they had now dated for now, went on dates on a few occasions, and that she was now interested in him, and same as with him, that he was now interested in her.
Did they have a relationship, a love relationship?
They had a beautiful relationship.
Yebo, babenobuhlekano obuhle.
They loved each other to an extent where babelandelana yonke indawo.
Indlela ke babethandana ngayo, that they were following each other everywhere.
At some point ngiyakhumbula ukuthi uSenzo wakumele ukuthi aye campini thina.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Do you know when this love relationship started?
Mangikhumbula kahle noma ngizama ukukhumbula kuphakathi ka 2012 no 2013 kodwa ngingazi I-date exactly.
If I remember well,
Do you know where the deceased stayed at the time during their relationship?
Bengakaze ngiye kwakhe kodwa ngangizwile ukuthi uhlala eBaklo.
I hadn't yet gone to his place, but I heard that he was staying in Baklu.
Yes, from Baklu. What happened?
And then every now and then ike mabehlangana noKelly bekuthi mhlambe sihlangana ema-restaurant noma endaweni zobumnandi.
Every now and then, if it was so that he was to meet Kelly, would meet at restaurants or were at entertainment places.
At the time of his death, where was the deceased staying?
He was living with Kelly.
Malberton. Oh, sorry. Ngesikhathi ke sokushona kwakhe wayehlala kanye noKelly eMalberton.
Do you know if or let's put it to this way, do they have any offsprings?
Yes, they have a daughter, Utingo. She is 9 years old now.
Banaye ke umntwana oyindodakazi uThingo, igama lakhe oneminyaka ewu9 manje.
Now, Ms. Khumalo, is it correct that on the 26th of October, a certain incident occurred which led to you coming to court to testify today?
Yes, kunjalo.
Yes, that is so. Kuyiqiniswa ukuthi nge-26 ka-October khona ke sehlakalo senzeka esiholele ekutheni ngibe lana namuhla.
Can you, in your own words, tell the court as to what happened? If you can start with the events of the morning.
Sasise Malberton ekseni yazo 26 lezo kuyisonto. Kuyimina uKelly umthogo because ulale, he slept over.
Okay. On the day of the 26th of October, it was on a Sunday. In the morning, we were in Malbertin, myself, Kelly, and Mtoko, because he had slept over.
No Senzo naye wayekhona.
Senzo was also there. Singajafi.
Yes.
Oh, bye bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mtoko, is that Mr. Mtoko Zizitwala?
Mr. Ntozi Sithwala, yes.
Mtoko Sithwala.
Masivuka ke.
Now, just before you proceed, you say Mtoko Zizitwala slept over.
Yes.
Was there a reason why he slept over?
The night before babehlangene no Senzo Stadium, so kwakunetha. So wayeseza ke ezolala ngathina.
Okay. The night before, he had met with Senzo at the stadium, and it was raining. So he then came to sleep over with us.
Yes.
Yes, we may proceed.
Kwaseke ekseni kwakhona ke ngezwa kuthiwa ethu Senzo no Kelly be discuss ukuthi khona iphathi bekumele baye kuyona iphathi ka Roy Mahamudza, which is one of the players we Orlando Pirates at that time.
In the morning, I then had a discussion between Senzo and Kelly that they were to attend to a party of one of an Orlando Pirates player at the time, or a player that was playing for Orlando Pirates then, Roy Mahamudza.
And then at the same time nathi sasine show because bengisebenza naye ngaleso sikhathi usisi wami sasine show Dorothy Nyembe ye Can Do.
At the same time, we also had a show. At the time, I was working with my sister. We had a Can Do show at Dorothy Nyembe.
Just a minute. Yes, and where is this place, Dorothy Nyembe?
It's Soweto.
It's in Soweto.
What type of place is it?
Park kanje.
It's sort of a park.
Yes, we may continue.
Sasasuka ke ekseni sesilungiselela ukuya khona sahamba sisonke emotweni eyodwa.
We then left in the morning preparing to go there, and we all traveled in the same vehicle.
Yes.
Masesifika khona masesifika la sese endaweni yephathi ngoba inhloso kwakuukuthi sizofike sishiya uSenzo endaweni yephathi la ephathini ka Roy Mahamudza bese thina siyaqhubeka semsebenzini.
And then upon arrival at the venue of the party, because the idea was upon arrival at where the party was to be held, we were going to leave Senzo there at the party, and then we proceed to work.
Yes.
Kwasetholakala ukuthi babesenza amalungiselelo ephathi ngakaqali. Kwase ukuthi ke uSenzo sekumele ukuthi sihambe naye nomthokozisi badlulele nathi siye showing lesasekuyona.
Upon arrival, we then found out that they were still in the preparation phase of the party, and the party hadn't started. So it so happened that we then had to leave with Senzo as well as Mtoko to the show.
Mtoko is now
Mthokozisi, yes.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ke sasesifika eDorothy Nyembe nakhona futhi beku right nje sifike kahle ngesikhathi sasesilinda kancane ngoba kwakukhona abasa performer before thina so sizivumele ukuthi singene.
We then arrived at Dorothy Nyembe and everything was just okay, and we arrived on time. It's so that we had to wait before we could go in because there were those that were performing.
Yes. Did you then carry out a performance there?
Yes, we carried out a performance on that particular day. Noma futhi sesiqeda sathi ukuhlala kancane.
Yebo ke sa-performa ngalelo langa, but after performing we spent a while.
Yes. What time did you leave the venue of the performance, Dorothy Nyembe?
Noma ngengikhumbula isikhathi esi-exact kodwa kwakula ko past 2 to 3.
Although I won't remember the exact time, but it was past 2 to 3.
Sihamba uSenzo mangikhumbula kahle wayeloko efone check ukuthi iphathi ihamba kanjani amalungiselelo ahamba kanjani wayesethola ukuthi akukalungi.
If I remember well, as we were driving, Senzo was on the phone all the time trying to find out as to how were the preparation, how was the party going, and then it found out that how it was, and then I found out that it was not, the preparations were not done yet.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then masisendleleni kanjalo uSenzo wayesecela ukuthi ucela ukuthi ukudlula in one of the houses khona lapha eSoweto lapho nama ngazi but wathi yena mayichaza kwakuhlala umama womdlali ayemazi so befuna ukudlula amshiyela imali.
As then Senzo then made a request to go past a certain house in Soweto. I also don't know the house, but as he explained, it was a player's mother, or a former player or a player's mother who was staying there, and he wanted to go past there and leave money for the lady.
Yes. Did you then stop over at that place?
Yes, we stopped over at that place.
Yebo safika semake kuleyo ndlu leyo.
Yes, and then from there?
And then masesisuka lapho ke waphinde futhi washo uSenzo ukuthi ucela ukuthi sidlule kubo kaMthoko. I had never been there before. It was my first time there.
Also, Senzo made another request that he was requesting for us to go past Mtoko's home, and I had never been there, so it was my first time on that day.
Yes.
Kwaseke uMthoko masesifika khona eSprayt eKatlehong wehla wangena endlini thizeni then mayisephuma waphuma esegqoka itop yokugcina esezongena emotweni futhi.
And when we got there in Spruit or Katlehong, Mthoko went into a particular house or a certain house, and then when he came out, he came out wearing a top, and then coming into the car.
Yes, we may proceed.
And then sasesisuka ke lapho sa driver sangena ku N3.
From there we drove and went into the N3.
Yes.
Masesendleleni kanjalo ngangizwa nje uSenzo lokho ekhuluma noTumelo efonini nami uTumelo bengingamazi ngamazi ngalolo suku lolo elokho emcheck ukuthi how far.
As we were traveling, I heard Senzo was talking, and he was talking to Tumelo. At the time, Tumelo was not known to me, and he was trying to find out from him as to how far he was.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then kwase ukuthi emva kwe call lapho uKelly wasetshela uSenzo ukuthi ucela ukuthi ngcono ukuthi amtshele ukuthi ehle ku interest uzomthatha ku off ramp yase Spruitview.
Okay, and then after the call, Kelly informed Senzo to tell him to get off at the N3, and then we're going to get him at the Spruitview off ramp.
Who was to be found at the off-ramp?
Tumelo.
Yes, and what is he
And
saying?
you say it is which
Madam.
off-ramp?
Sorry.
Spruitview off ramp.
Yes, and what is Tumelo saying?
Madlala.
Madlala.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then nangempela nathi mase siqala sithatha off ramp sisuka ku entry sesingena ngase Spruitview sahlangana naye ese walker towards where we were waiting for him.
And indeed, when we took that off ramp, then we then met him walking towards where we met him.
And just for record purposes, if you say you met him, who are you referring to?
Tumelo Madlala.
Tumelo Madlala. Ngikhuluma ngoTumelo Madlala uma ngisho.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then samthatha ku Tumelo lapho ku entry sehla sayekhaya.
We then took Tumelo from the entry, and we then went down home.
Yes, and can you just explain to the court why did you head to your home?
We headed home simply because earlier on uKelly spoke to Uma ukuthi okay since iphathi ngasenzeki ngaleso sikhathi Uma siyazi ukuthi njalo ngesonto uhlala ephekile ngaso sonke isikhathi wayesethi uKelly ngcono siyodla lunch ekhaya.
We went down there simply because the party hadn't started at the time, and then Kelly contacted my mother, and then we know that each and every Sunday our mother cooks, and then Kelly then said it would be better for us to go and have lunch there.
More or less, what time did you pick up Mr. Tumelo Madlala at the Spruitview off-ramp?
Mangicabanga kahle if ngisakhumbula bekungo 3 to 4 lapho nje.
If I can remember well, it was 3 before 4 around there.